Whose sister you wanted to impress? Am I right, Doc?
Well, that's true. That's just the background context.
Well, the thing is, the Bible, the first two stories in the Bible of creation are two contradictory and different stories of the creation. So to me, if you're reading a book and the first two chapters of the book are two different versions of one story, then that's telling you not to take it literally. It's supposed to be metaphor.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
But the first in Genesis 1, and then the next story in Genesis, where Adam and Eve are created at the same time, and then the first one, Adam's first, and then Eve's taken from the rib, is two different stories. So to me, when I read a book that has two different stories at the beginning, it's saying these are myths, that these are the myths of our culture. These are beautiful stories that have great psychological impact and a great way to understand our people psychologically, but they're not to be taken literally. And the Bible contradicts itself over and over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, just to give you one example, Joseph didn't really put Mary on a donkey. It just says they hauled ass.
And let's talk about that story, this virgin birth thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so this is the oldest story in history, right? She gets pregnant from some other guy.
It is literally.
And he says, "What's the deal, honey?" And she says, "It was God who impregnated me," and he bought it.
But I mean, that's not. But none of the Christ story is original. The authors were trying to convert people. They took myths that were already popular. December 25th.
Well, why would they do that? To get their head chopped off?
Well, they didn't get their head chopped.
They didn't get rich off of it or anything.
They created a world religion.
Well,
where did they get out?
Well, honey, I mean, you want to talk about religions getting rich? There's a lot of books in the library on that.
And the Bible did not get rich; they got killed.
They didn't get, not those people at the time of Jesus. Later, when the religion got popular and was a threat,
it was all Paul.
People got.
I just want to say it's Paul.
Yeah, so the guy Paul said, someday in the year 2000, I want people to get rich, so I'm going to make up a story.
He was like the PMK for Jesus.
Yes.
He's the person who did all the publicity.
It's not just, people are not motivated just by money. I mean, the difference between a cult and a religion is about 100 years. When it begins, think about it. If you think the Mormons 100 years ago, a small cult, now they're a world religion. Scientologists are halfway there. And the motivation comes from the psychology of having believers tell you that you are divine-like, you're God, that, you know, that's motivating. There's a whole sort of concatenation of psychological events going on there that drives these things from a little movement to a big movement. Just think of VCRs versus beta, right? One of them gets a head start. Christianity gets a slight head start over all the other cults in Rome, and it took off, and here we are.
So, so
the VCR beta. That's the principle. So Betamax is actually better than VCR, and there was probably other religions better than Christianity, but somebody's got to win out.
But I have to say that since I lost my faith, that is when I began to appreciate Jesus' teachings so much more. Like, I wasn't able to relate to him as a God, but as a person who had some incredibly dangerous ideas, I began to have such love for him.
I agree. There's no greater example. I mean, there's just no better guy.
So when you got cancer, you didn't pray?
No.
You didn't pray to God once?
No. I did for other things, because it really wasn't until after that experience that I went through a big philosophical change that led me to where I am now. So, but about my own cancer, no. But about my brother, I did. And I've used religion as great solace.
Why did you pray about your brother?
Does God really want you to...
I mean, why were you praying if you don't believe there's anyone listening?
Well, this was not then. I mean, that was before I feel the way I do now. But at the time, when I did pray, and it was very comforting, and it was I got great solace from it. And that's very sad to give up for me. I mean, it's a great tragedy for me to give that up. But I'm willing to give it up because I want to see things clearly. I'm willing to give that away in order to feel like I'm looking for what's true rather than what's just nice for me to be true.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't give anything away. I got to sell everything. Okay. So, first of all, honey, you know, we're not trying to pick on you.
I know.
I know.
I'm not picking on you either.
Okay. And you're supposed to be on her side. Where are you in all this?
Yes.
Mr. Jesus on your arm.
Oh, yeah, I got him, Jack.
But, you know, I think that the problem people have with religion, some people, is that when you compare the religions of the world, they seem to have the same core beliefs about morality. They're all trying to tell people, stay in line. Don't kill each other. Don't lie. Honor your parents. It's the minutiae, the myths, that get people in trouble. Why are they fighting in Jerusalem? Because some of them believe that Muhammad descended from that rock, and the other ones, no, Jesus was here. No, it was, you know, and so they fight over stuff that doesn't seem... Yes.
They're fighting because one was Ishmael and one was Isaac, and they both have the same dad, and they both think that they deserve that. But anyway, go ahead.
But, yeah. Well...
But what you're saying is all the religions are the same, and I agree with you. They all...
No.
The word religio means to bind back to God, and it's about good works. And the difference with the Bible is it says, Ephesians 2:8-9, for by grace are you saved through faith, that not of yourselves is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. And the gospel is that Jesus died for our sins, and that we can't earn eternal life on our own good works. No matter how good you are, you're never good enough to...
But, you know, even the...
What a disgusting philosophy.
You don't even have to do anything. That's a great philosophy.
Gosh, it's so simplistic. If you're good, we're going to do these nice things for you. If you're bad, we're going to hit you.
That's why only
it's like for 5-year-olds.
You know, it is.
It's kind of basic.
It's very simple.
The reason...
It is very... Exactly, but life isn't very simple.
No, it's complex. And so what you're finding in those commonalities between all those religions are real basic moral fundamental principles, like do unto others. It's in all of them. Why? Because, I think, that we evolved morality. We are a hierarchical primate social species in which we need to be able to interact with each other in order to survive as a collective whole. How do we do that? Do unto others is the perfect beginning of philosophy.
Government,
and then you build on that.
You see, like it in government, we did it. And that's another institution like religion. Instead of going tooth and claw and clubbing each other in the streets, we had a disputed election. We solved it, sort of, in the courts.
Have we?
Okay, religion, the same thing. Instead of having people do that. But why do we need all the myths? Why is it? And when people believe them fundamentally, then they fight over it and kill each other over it.
Atheism is responsible for more killing than Christianity.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Don't use that Christian war thing
Atheism
anymore.
is responsible.
It's wrong.
Religions have been the master of persecution and warfare throughout history.
Yeah.
It's not, but we can't blame religion for this. It's extremism, is what you were just saying, Bill. It's extremism of any kind, ideological, political, religious. That's the problem.
Yeah, and... 30 seconds, kids.
Look, when people say
last chance to get in on the religious show.
When people say you can't be good without God,
this is your last prayer.
My response is maybe you can't be good without God.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots of non-religious people are plenty good. Lots of religious people are bad.
Are you celebrating Christmas with your
I celebrate Festivus for the rest of us. Of course I celebrate Christmas with my daughter.
Well, Christmas isn't a religious holiday anymore.
It's a family.
I know. Well, first of all, it isn't even Jesus' birthday.
No,
let's get that straight.
It's the winter
solstice. It is not Jesus' birthday.
I know what happened when it was hot outside. I know.
No, it's the winter solstice. We're celebrating the days are getting longer.
So if you know that that's baloney, what do you...
Whether you get in heaven or not, if you are good without believing in Jesus, that's your belief.
Yeah, the Pope said, you know what?
Yep.
Even without me, I think he can get there. And we all went, hey, that's more than Bush said. Gotta take a break. We'll be right back.
If you're planning to be in the Los Angeles area and would like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 323-575-4321.
So let me just ask, in the very short time we have, did Jesus exist? Because some people say there's no historical record, just a religious record.
When I'm singing, I feel like Jesus and me is touching the Jesus and whoever's listening, and I believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
I believe in Jesus. Oh, if he didn't exist, why did they base the calendar on his death?
Huh?
Okay.
Well, that's...
that settles it.
That's a good...
2008 Z.
Right. Tomorrow we have Molly Sims, Corey Feldman, Mindy Sterling, and Monica